Without love, busyness becomes emptiness. Love is not an idea. It's not a theory we study or a poem we quote only on Valentine's Day. Love is what lives in the space between two people when words are too heavy and silence is too loud. It's the heartbeat that changes when your phone lights up with a name you've been waiting for. It's the relief when someone holds your hand at the end of a long day and you realize you don't have to carry the weight of the world alone. But love is also in the disappointment when that message never comes, in the tired conversations that go in circles, in the ache of watching someone drift further away even as you try to hold them closer. Love is the paradox we all live inside. It is the joy that makes life worth living, and the pain that makes it almost unbearable. We want the joy. We run from the pain. But the truth, the one we don't always want to face, is that they are inseparable. You can't have one without the other. And maybe, just maybe, that's the point. When people talk about the joy of love, they often paint it in big cinematic strokes: fireworks, butterflies, passion that burns through the night. And yes, sometimes love feels like that. But more often the joy is quieter. It's the way your shoulders drop when you walk into a room and see someone who understands you without explanation. It's laughter over something small and ridiculous, the kind of laugh that makes the stress of the day dissolve. It's sitting on the couch together, each doing your own thing, but feeling a warmth that says, "I am not alone." Love gives us these moments. Small, ordinary things that, when we look back, turn out to be the most extraordinary memories. We don't always notice them while they're happening. But years later, when we think about the times we felt most alive, most human, it's usually those moments. The joy of love is belonging. The quiet miracle of being seen and accepted. Of knowing that your voice, your presence, your very existence matters to someone else. That joy cannot be faked, and it cannot be replaced by anything else. But if love can make us feel so alive, why does it hurt so much? Because love is risky. To love someone is to hand them your heart and hope they don't drop it. To show them your flaws and hope they don't use them against you. To trust them with your deepest fears and pray they don't walk away. The pain of love comes in many forms. Sometimes it's dramatic: betrayal, rejection, loss. Sometimes it's subtle: silence at the dinner table, the way two people slowly stop reaching for each other, the distance that grows without anyone noticing until it feels impossible to cross. What makes this pain cut so deep is that it touches the very core of who we are. Love isn't just an emotion, it's identity, it's belonging. When love falters, it feels like our worth is on trial. That's why heartbreak can feel like physical pain, because, in a way, it is. The brain and the body register rejection and loss as wounds, as if the heart really did break. We don't want to talk about this pain. We prefer the easy parts, the highlight reel of romance. But avoiding the pain doesn't make it disappear. It just leaves us unprepared when it comes. And it will come, because love without risk isn't love at all. If love hurts, why do we still chase it? Why, after heartbreak, do we eventually try again? Why do we let ourselves believe once more in something that has already broken us? Because the alternative is worse. A life without love may feel safer, but it is unbearably empty. We can fill it with work, with distractions, with achievements, but deep down, we crave connection. We crave the simple miracle of mattering to someone else. Safety without love is a cage. It keeps out the pain, yes, but it also keeps out the light. Choosing love again after being hurt is one of the bravest things a human can do. It means saying, "I know this could wound me, but I also know it could heal me." and life is too short to live in fear of pain. We live in an age where busyness is worn like a badge of honor. People are exhausted, overcommitted, constantly rushing. In such a world, love can feel like a luxury, something you get to when everything else is done. But love isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. In the middle of crowded schedules and endless notifications, love is what pulls us back to ourselves. A hug in the kitchen, a smile across the dinner table, a shared silence after a day that drained every ounce of energy. These aren't interruptions to life. They are life. Without love, busyness becomes emptiness. With love, even the busiest days have meaning. Infatuation is exciting, but it doesn't last. Butterflies fade, sparks dim. And then comes the real test. Can love survive beyond the thrill? Mature love is not about constant passion. It is about constant presence. It is about staying when things are hard, about forgiving when mistakes are made, about building something steady instead of chasing something shiny. Mature love knows that conflict isn't the end. It's the invitation to grow. That disappointment doesn't mean failure, it means humanity. That love is less about never hurting and more about choosing to repair when the hurt inevitably comes. The deepest loves aren't the ones without scars. They're the ones where the scars become reminders. We made it through, and we are stronger for it. As someone who has listened to countless people speak of their joy and heartbreak, I believe this: love is the greatest teacher we have. It reveals our fears. It exposes our patterns. It shows us where we hold on too tightly, where we are too afraid to let go, where we need to heal. Love teaches patience when we are impatient, humility when we are proud, resilience when we are broken, courage when we are afraid. Every joy deepens us, every heartbreak reshapes us. Together they carve out a capacity for empathy we could never find on our own. For those in the middle of heartbreak, it's easy to believe the pain will never end. But it will. Not quickly, not easily, but it will. Pain is not proof that you were wrong to love. It's proof that you were brave enough to open your heart. And in time, the sharp edges of that pain soften. What feels unbearable now becomes wisdom later. And that wisdom makes room for love again. Different, perhaps quieter, but deeper. Healing doesn't mean erasing what happened. It means carrying it differently. It means letting the cracks be the places where light enters. So what do we do with this paradox, this mix of joy and pain that love always brings? We accept it. We stop chasing only the highs and fearing the lows. We stop pretending love should be easy and start recognizing that it is real, messy, demanding, worth it. Love will never be perfect. It will disappoint us, surprise us, hurt us, heal us. It will break us open and put us back together. That is its nature. And when we understand that, when we stop resisting it, love stops being something we fear or idealize. It becomes something we live. At the end of our lives, when the noise fades, what will we remember? Not the hours at work, not the lists checked off, not the possessions gathered. We will remember faces, moments, the joy and the pain we allowed ourselves to feel. Love is not safe, but it is real. And real is worth everything. To love is to live fully. To turn away from love is to choose half a life. The choice, in the end, is always ours.